Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show, and yes, ladies and gents, it's another one of those videos. Like every other year, just like clockwork, there's an upsurge in gamers claiming that this year in gaming, now it's 2019, is the worst year for gaming ever! Wait a minute, I thought last year was the worst year for gaming ever. And the year before that? And the year before that? How can this be the worst year for gaming ever when every other year was the worst year for gaming ever? And then there's the retort of, oh well, it's just my opinion. Well, there are those who have the opinion that the Earth is flat. They can have that opinion. They are still factually incorrect. Now, whether you personally like or dislike the video games that have come out this year is a whole other discussion, but when you start using certain words like the best or the worst, then we are speaking in objective terms. That means we are trying to come to a conclusion based on factual evidence. So when you make the statement that this is the worst year for gaming ever, 2019 has been the worst year for gaming ever, I can prove that that's factually incorrect, false, and you are either ignorant or a liar. Allow me to present you a list of objectively quality video games that have released in 2019 so far. Amid Evil, My Friend Pedro, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, They Are Billions, Katana Zero, Dark Devotion, Mordhau, Outward, Void Bastards, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Battlefleet Gothic, Armada 2, Mortal Kombat 11, Devil May Cry 5, God Eater Free, A Plague Tale Innocence, Dragon, Burning Daylight, Splitgate Arena Warfare, Risk of Rain 2, War Party, Unruly Heroes, Metro Exodus, Dauntless, World War Z, Observation, and finally, Close to the Sun. Now, if we count all those fine games right there and round them up, we get a grand spankin' total of 25. That's 25 good, objectively quality video games that released in 2019. Oh, but there's more! Believe me, there's more! Oh, but I hear the counter. I can hear the counter right now, because my detractors are so predictable. But those aren't all AAA games, those are middle market and indie games. Yes! Exactly! Games are games. And there's this bizarre obsession, a fetish almost, of solely focusing on and criticizing the AAA side of the industry. This bizarre mentality of treating middle market and indie games as lesser games. They're not as worthy as AAA games. They don't matter as much. That they can't possibly be in the same league as AAA games. Again, this weird obsession and fetishization with the publishers and the big budgets behind these games. I argue that this mentality needs to stop. One, because you are depriving yourselves of great games. By solely focusing and only buying AAA games, you are missing out on unique and creative experiences and not supporting developers and creators and companies that can actually affect and create meaningful positive change in the video game industry. The survival crafting genre was spawned by Minecraft, an indie game. The battle royale genre was spawned by DayZ, an indie game. The survival horror genre as a whole made a huge comeback thanks to Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Again, an indie game. I'm surprised the gaming community hasn't learned this yet. We have example after example of developers of indie and middle market games actually experimenting and making attempts to be new industry leaders. Whereas companies like Activision, Electronic Arts, and Bethesda play, let's just follow and copy-paste the latest trends. And reason number 2, to drop the AAA only mentality, and this should be an obvious one, you get more games to fucking play. Of course you're gonna have the perspective of, man, there's barely any good games to play. Man, there's barely any games that released this year. If you only buy video games published by Activision, Electronic Arts, Bethesda, Ubisoft, 2K, Warner Brothers, and Nintendo. Talk about needlessly limiting yourself, giving yourself only such a small pool of products to pick from. No wonder you think every year in gaming sucks when you actively avoid the good games. Now, I'm sure some of my longtime viewers and subscribers are wondering, Why do I take such issue with this? Because I've made this kind of video, almost this exact same video, several times now. So I'm sure some of you are wondering why. Let me tell you why. 2 reasons. 1, I hate lying, I hate dishonesty in general. And the video game community are such massive hypocrites, because they will gladly and loudly point out and call out, throw on display for the whole world to see the lies from video game publishers and developers. But the video game community does not hold itself to those same high standards of honesty. Misinformation, ignorance, and fake news run rampant in the video game community. And it's always deflected with, well, it's just my opinion, or you're a corporate shill. Oh man, we gotta keep those big corporations honest, although in reality, realistically, they never will. But God forbid we try and keep ourselves honest. And reason number 2, I am sick and tired of fantastic passion projects, middle market and indie games made by developers who really do care, who make games for gamers but their games are overlooked because they're not labeled as AAA. Boils my blood. But hey, you know what? Let's play your game. Let's focus only on the AAA. We got quality AAA video games like Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Metro Exodus, Devil May Cry 5, The Division 2, Mortal Kombat 11, God Eater Free. Yes, God Eater Free counts as AAA. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'll even throw in Apex Legends. So that's 9. Count 'em, 9. Objectively good, quality AAA video games. Is that not enough for you? We're just over halfway through the year, and I have 9 objectively good, objectively quality AAA video games for you right here. What in the hell are your expectations and standards if this isn't good enough for you? What, do you want 20? 30 objectively good quality AAA video games to release by the halfway point of the year? If not, you declare it the worst year in video games ever? What the fuck? Where do you expect to find all the money and time to play these games? Now I know some of you are going to point out, Gamertron, you're putting too much emphasis on this, it's all hyperbole. Yes, I know it's hyperbole. That doesn't exonerate it from criticism. Oh, it's just their opinions. Opinions devoid of factual basis or reality. Flat earthers exist. Anti-vaxxers exist. Obviously, people can have wrong opinions. And saying that 2019 is the worst year for video games ever, or last year was the worst year, or the year before that was the worst year, is also objectively false, objectively wrong. It is ignorant and spreading misinformation. Now, whether you personally liked or disliked the video games that have come out this year is a whole other discussion. If you haven't enjoyed, if you haven't had fun with the games that have come out this year, I understand completely. More power to you. Personal preferences, different strokes for different folks, and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with sharing that, having a conversation about that, but when you start using specific words, like best or worst, then we are moving out of the personal feelings territory and moving into objective facts territory. Please, I beg of you all, stop conflating your feelings for the facts. Your feelings are not facts. The facts do not care about your feelings. And I cannot stress this enough, please do not misinterpret what I'm saying as shut the fuck up. I want to promote the exact opposite, as a matter of fact. Talk with people, debate with people, absorb different opinions and perspectives before you start making absolute statements and claims. Research, fact check, debate with others. Don't trap yourself in a bloody echo chamber. And it's alright to be wrong about things, to be unsure about things. I've been wrong before, I've been unsure before, and I will be again in the future. Just don't immediately presume that everyone who says to you, hey, dude, that's not right, you're wrong about that, is an enemy, a hostile out to get you. No, man, no. You know what's just as fun as playing video games? Talking about and debating with other people about video games. Growing as a person, getting to know one another, absorbing and considering different perspectives, becoming more open-minded and accommodating of notions you never even thought of before. I know this is obvious and well known to a great deal of you, but life is not as simple as good versus evil, black and white. There is always nuance. Nuance. Is that such an unreasonable request? Nuance, goddammit. So, if you disagree with anything I have stated in this video, if you plan on hitting that dislike button, please, before you do, consider reaching out and voice chat debate with me. My Discord contact ID is in the description of all my recent videos, including this one. Please, if you honestly believe that 2019 is the worst year for gaming ever, instead of talking shit in the comments, let's actually talk. Voice chat. We have Discord. We have the technology. There's no excuse. Talking about, debating about video games is fun. Try it out. Nonetheless, I do hope I have convinced you that 2019 is in fact not the worst year for gaming ever, that you will take the time to check out, buy, and play some of the awesome video games I mentioned in this video. I just hope you got something out of this video, and that's where we're going to have to wrap it up now. Anyways, that's been a video. I hope you liked the video. If you did indeed like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Loving comments, getting you enough comments, please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, and please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, everybody, that has been a video, and I will see you all later.